Hello, and thanks for listening to Poetic Melodies podcast. My name is Shanquita Williams, and I have with me today Tamara Maybone, who is a very valuable fan of Colin Kaepernick. We will be discussing her views and opinions about Kaepernick's 2016 protest and the NFL's decision to cut him from the league. We will also discuss the reasons for their recent decision to hire Kaepernick back and the private workout Colin held not only for himself but other upcoming athletes as well. Before we get started, I will let our guest introduce herself and tell us why she is one of Kaepernick's biggest fans.
I'm Tamara Maybone, and I'm a huge fan of Caps simply because he was the starting quarterback for, at the time, my favorite NFL team, the San Francisco 49ers. I became a bigger fan when he decided to stand up for the injustices of those who couldn't stand up for themselves.
Yeah, that was a great introduction. So I'm going to get started on our questions for the interview. The first question that I have for you is, how do you feel about Kaepernick's protest?
Well, um, I feel like the protest was bold and empowering. It caused a movement, and it wasn't just a ripple effect. It was more like a tsunami. You know, him using his celebrity to bring awareness. Is no different than other celebrities bringing awareness through their platform. Like Meryl Streep for the LGBTQ community and Leonardo DiCaprio when it comes to environmental issues.
Great, I have to agree with you on that. Do you feel that him kneeling while the anthem was being sung should have started such a big controversy?
I don't think it was controversial, no. Um, you know, it may have struck a nerve because it was an uncomfortable subject, you know, but controversy, I wouldn't choose that word.
Okay. Do you feel this was an unpatriotic move on Kaepernick's part?
As a veteran, no, I do not feel as though it was unpatriotic. I may be a veteran, but I'm a black woman first. And when pulled over by the police, they don't ask if I'm a veteran. They ask if I have any drugs or weapons in the car. So being a vet doesn't matter at that moment. Surviving that traffic stop does.
Okay, great. Coming from that perspective, how would you have responded personally to all the injustices if you were a pro athlete?
I think probably in the same manner as Cap, and LeBron James and Muhammad Ali for that matter. Being paid by an organization doesn't mean you lose your self-identity or your humanity. So the way I see it is, to whom much is given, much is expected.
Great answer. I have to agree with you on that as well. How do you feel the protests affected everyone, meaning the athletes and society?
I think the protest did exactly what it should have done, caused a conversation about police brutality, which was an uncomfortable one, and whether it caused togetherness or divide, well, that depends on which side of the argument you choose to speak about.
Alrighty. Do you like the fact that Nike sponsored Kaepernick after his protest, and what did that mean to you that a company as influential as they are supported him?
I love Nike even more for that move. It's clear. It clearly shows that Cap's protest was it was immensely impactful. And it brought awareness and empathy from not only like the common man, but that it moved large corporations as well, and that is one of the reasons I say his actions caused the movement.
All right. Would you start your own league instead of choosing a team that may or may not defend your decisions or protest if you were Kaepernick?
No, I don't think I would. I do exactly as he's doing. Do I believe he wants to play in the NFL again? Sure. But his cause, his purpose, it reaches far beyond the turf. It's bigger than the NFL.
Okay, I would have to say, in regards to that in my opinion, I would probably start my own league, not to prove a point, but to prove to myself that I am who I am outside of the NFL and what others see me as. So moving on to the you have a try.
I totally agree because as far as like them not sharing the same views, you know, I think he's okay with that. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. That is true. So, how about you tell us one thing you would have done differently, if any, if you were Kaepernick?
Absolutely nothing.
I
He did
understand.
nothing wrong, not in my eyes.
Alrighty. Did you or will you still support his decisions?
Absolutely. Hashtag, I'm with Cap.
I think a lot of people feel that way. Which team would you like to see Kaepernick play on? And if it is a rival team of yours, would you still be his number one fan?
Doesn't matter which team, as long as he gets a chance to play again. San Fran was my favorite team ever since I was a little girl. Their headquarters is in my hometown of Youngstown, Ohio. But after all of this, I no longer support that team. I don't like for him to play on any opposing team in the future.
All right. When a person knows their talents and their worth, such as Kaepernick, would you encourage him to continue his protest if signed to another team? And did you like the fact he held his own private workout to help other athletes as well?
I feel like if yes, he should continue to protest. You know what I mean? Like I said, it caused a movement, and the longer he protests, maybe the more effective it would be against police brutality and the killing of, you know, unarmed black and brown people. Do I like the fact that he held his own private workout? Well, I mean, I don't think it's a matter of like, you know. I wasn't there, but from my understanding, you know, he just wanted some transparency, and the NFL, who was just trying to, you know, do a publicity stunt, you know, he made sure that, you know, well, he wanted to make sure that his own media team was there to film everything, so that we as the public can see exactly what was going on. But you know, the NFL is the ones who actually reneged on their agreement. You know, and saying that he wasn't able to bring his own media team in. They didn't want it filmed. You know, they didn't want to sign any contracts that held them liable if something was to happen to him physically. And so, you know, him having his own practice and in his own playing field, you know, gave him more of an advantage. You know what I mean? And it also helped bring or shine some light on some of the new and upcoming players that, you know, Kaepernick has been working with.
Well, I thank you for that, and I have to agree with you on all of those statements. And I would like to thank my audience for listening to my podcast. Again, go check me out at poeticmelodies.blogspot.com to listen to this podcast as well. Once again, thank you for listening, and I hope everyone has a great day today.